Namaste, everybody. I want to share with you a little bit about my recovery journal. The journal that I just published. Here's the cover, and then the inside has the self-care routine, gratitude, thoughts, visions, dreams, goals, and of course, AM and PM. And so what this has done is helped me recover through a variety of different aspects of my life. And so I'm going to share those with you. First of all was mindfulness, and which is based upon two key elements of acceptance and awareness. And that's building awareness of all your sensations, of what you see externally, internally, how you see yourself, what you hear externally, but more importantly, internally, that self-dialogue of the feelings that you have externally, but more importantly, internally. And then the emotions that are occurring. The other one is acceptance of yourself 100%, and of course others in our community. In order to find acceptance, we have to find forgiveness, and that was one of the key components in my journey, my path. A lot of the trauma from being in the military, and during the Clinton eras when we chased after Osama bin Laden for so many years and did so much bombing to so many innocent lives. And so that played a heavy role in my conscience and a lot of guilt and shame for all the people that, their lives that we took, just spontaneous. And so that is something that will probably always haunt me, that will always deal with me, that I will always have to set my intention to forgiveness. And then of course, things personally with my family, times that my PTSD was enraged and I just didn't know how to deal with everything that was going on. I didn't really have a lot of the tools and mechanisms, and not to say that I'm cured, because I still have times in my life where my PTSD is really enlarged, and my wife gently reminds me that behavior is not acceptable, right? So it's not that this is a cure and this is going to go away, but this helps you become more aware of what's going on. And so when you have a trigger, when your PTSD is enlarged, or you feel like you're going to have road rage, that you kind of step back and you're not as, I would say, aggressive, or you're not as triggered as much as you used to be. So mindfulness was the number one key, and getting in touch with who I was each and every morning. So first thing is when I wake up, I lay in bed and I just become aware of what's going on with this spiritual vessel, mentally, physically, and spiritually, of who I am and what I'm dealing with today and how I can cope. And so that's the first thing with your self-care routine is, what is it today? What is it I can do this morning to set myself up for success for the whole day? Do I need to spend a little bit more time in mindfulness or meditation, or maybe go for a jog or a hot tub or sauna or stretching or yoga, whatever it may be? But your AM self-care routine is what really is going to set you up, and what has helped set me up for the whole day of success. And so the other thing that this did was allow me to understand my thoughts, feelings, and emotions, which I have in the morning and in the evening, because those thoughts, feelings, and emotions are what make you who you are, that drive you, right? Movement is not even capable without emotions. Emotion is what allows us to move, right? And so understanding the why do we feel the way we do? Do I have low energy or high energy? Do I feel really excited, or do I feel a little depressed? Has the weather played a role in how I feel, or other things that are going on social media or what I'm just putting into my body? How is that affecting me today? And so understanding the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are occurring through the journey and the path, and that's first thing in the morning and then throughout the day. Why do I feel a little bit more excited? Why do I have more joy today? Why do I have more energy today? Was it something that I ate, or something that I drank or didn't eat or didn't drink? Is it somehow I took toxic energy out of my life or put more productive things in my life? Understanding the why of how we feel through this journey and this path. And then this allows me to begin to understand PTSD, and why I have these triggers, and why is my amygdala so enlarged, and what can I do to shrink it, which mindfulness and meditation play a vital role in shrinking the amygdala. That's been a scientific proof. So giving myself more time to self-reflect, more time for acceptance, more time to build my awareness, and more time to understand exactly what is causing this PTS and what are my triggers from my daily journal, my AM and evening, and maybe throughout the day, and then the opportunity to get down to really, really, really the why. Why do I feel the way that I do, and what is it in the past that's playing a role on my PTS? As well as my physical ailments. So, is my neck bothering me, or my back, or my legs really cramping up today, or do I have a migraine? What is going on with me physically that may inhibit me from doing some of the things that I need to do today? Or what things that I need to do to add to feel a little bit better? Once again, that goes back into your self-care regimen. So with all that, I was able to gain healthy boundaries and begin to understand that, I really physically couldn't work anymore. That when I would go do cybersecurity, I'd come home and I'd sit on the couch and I couldn't get up in the evenings, and my weekends were just laying around not doing anything. That me just dedicating 40 hours of work to cybersecurity was taking everything else away from me, mentally, physically, and spiritually. And so devoting more time to my self-care and understanding when I can say yes and when I can say no, and how much and how little, and how this all plays a role. So healthy boundaries really was another vital key in me recovering. Now, I'm not saying that I'm completely cured, but what I'm saying is through this journey and this path that there's still days and times that, of course, I can't get out of bed till noon or 1 or 2 o'clock. And that's when I got to make sure that if there was any commitments that I made that day, that those are canceled, right? So healthy boundaries is understanding your physical, I would say, ailments, and understanding how that plays a role in what you can do for your community, what you can do for your family, what you can do for yourself. In the days that you have those, more intense days of pain or days with migraines, those are the days that you need to make sure that you're stepping back and spending more time in self-care. And so then personal and professional relationships. This has been very helpful for me to journal, once again, thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and dreams, visions, and goals, because we all have things professionally that we want to accomplish, personally that we want to accomplish. And so writing those down in the morning and just taking it a day at a time instead of putting down my entire goals for the whole year of what is it I really want to do today. And then if I can't accomplish that, then that goes on the to-do list for tomorrow. And sometimes you'll be able to accomplish all of them, and sometimes you won't. But being aware of who you are today, if I had a whole list of things that I wanted to do tomorrow, but I wake up with a migraine and I can't get out of bed till noon or 1, then sometimes that affects my acceptance of who I am, because I feel like I should have been able to accomplish everything. So taking it a day at a time and understanding what you're capable of doing with acceptance of yourself and understanding who you are and loving yourself unconditionally really is super, super helpful. It's been so helpful for me on this journey and this path to not try to do too much, to make sure that I'm doing everything within healthy boundaries, because if you're doing too much, then you're going to create pain in your life. And you never want to create pain mentally, physically, and spiritually for yourself or for others. This all is a huge ripple effect. This plays a role on how you feel about yourself. It's a direct reflection on how you feel about others and how you portray your life and how you love and live and enjoy everything about you. Now, there's going to be a link to the description in this journal if you want to purchase it. It's only $10. The other thing that it helped me with was limiting beliefs. Understanding really what I was capable of doing, and that those limiting beliefs that I had played upon myself was a major factor in this. And so understanding your limiting beliefs, and some of these go all the way back from junior high, from kids that were bullies and things that people had said to me that I really held on to all these years. So giving yourself the opportunity to understand what your limiting beliefs may be, and journaling and writing about those. And lastly, I just want to say community connection. This journal has really helped play a role in how I connect with our community. And maybe it's in person, or maybe it's virtual, or maybe it's via telephone or email or social media post. But being able to really be raw, authentic, genuine in myself without ever playing the role of the victim, but playing the role of a hero, of a warrior, and transforming into who I am today, this journal has really, these concepts are the ones that have really played the role the most in allowing me to understand who I am, what I'm capable of doing, what I'm not capable of doing, and how I can go forward. So just kind of a recap of Journal Your Journey Recovery. I call it the Recon series because this is what I'm doing this year, is trying to get health and wellness back. So what really helped me with my recovery, what helped build awareness for me, was mindfulness. Completely, totally, mindfulness was number one, and that was awareness and acceptance of who I am. And then the second one is understanding thoughts, feelings, and emotions and getting to the why. And then understanding my PTSD. It may be different from everybody, and what caused that and what are triggers to your PTSD. Journaling about that process is very insightful and enlightening. Then my physical ailments. What is causing me pain today, mentally, physically, and spiritually? And then healthy boundaries, which play a vital role on all aspects of your life. And then your personal and professional relationships, limiting beliefs, and then the ability to connect with your community. I hope you enjoy this journal. I hope it does as much for you as it has for me. And I love you guys. If there's anything I can do for you, just feel free to reach out to me. I hope you have an amazing day. Namaste.